On the news tonight, President Bola Tinubu appeals for patience as economy bites harder. Governor Sheriff Oborevwori calls for unity as Nigeria marks 64th anniversary. Motorists and commuters appeal for government's intervention over the deplorable state of Asaba-Onitsha Expressway. Abroad, Japan's new Prime Minister unveils his cabinet as he seeks to heal party divisions. Good evening and happy independence to you. This is the News at 8. My name is Francis Ofulue. President Bola Tinubu has renewed his appeal for patience from Nigerians as the economy bites harder, saying the reforms administration was implementing were showing positive signs and the nation was beginning to see light at the end of the tunnel. The president made the appeal today in a broadcast to mark the country's 64th independence anniversary. He said, since its independence, Nigeria had survived many crises and upheavals that had led to the dissolution and disintegration of many other nations. Other than that, since returning from the brink of the bitter civil war, citizens had learned to embrace their diversity and manage their differences better, pointing out that his administration took over leadership at a time when the economy faced many headwinds and physical security was highly impaired. President Tinubu said the government had to choose between two paths: make reforms for progress and prosperity, or carry on with business as usual and collapse. He explained that the economy was undergoing the necessary reforms and retooling to serve the people better and more sustainably, adding that if the fiscal misalignments that led to the current economic downturn were not corrected now, the country would face an uncertain and perilous future. The president, however, expressed his conviction that despite the many challenges besetting the country, it remained a strong, united, and viable sovereign state. He enjoined all to work with his administration on the journey to building a greater Nigeria where every citizen could access opportunities and every child could grow up with hope and promise. More details of the president's broadcast will be brought to you in our subsequent bulletins. Meanwhile, President Bola Tinubu has conferred national honors on 4 senior government officials. In the televised Independence Day broadcast, President Tinubu announced the conferment of the titles on the Senate President and his deputy, Speaker of the House of Representatives and his deputy, and the Chief Justice of Nigeria. The Senate President, Senator Godswill Akpabio, and the Chief Justice of the Federation, Justice Kudirat Kekere-Ekun, have been conferred with the honor of the Grand Commander of the Order of the Niger, GCON. The Deputy Senate President, Senator Barau Jibrin, and the Speaker of the House of Representatives, Honorable Tajuddin Abbas, have the honor of the Commander of the Order of the Federal Republic, CFR, while the Deputy Speaker of the Lower House, Honorable Benjamin Kalu, has been awarded Commander of the Order of the Niger, CON. The President said all the beneficiaries of the national honors for 2024 will be announced soon. The state today joined the rest of the country to mark the 64th independence anniversary of Nigeria. The celebration, which took place at the Cenotaph, Asaba, was attended by Governor Sheriff Oborevwori, immediate past Deputy Governor of the state, Deacon Kingsley Otuara, Speaker of the State House of Assembly, Honorable Emomotimi Guwo, some members of the National and State Assemblies, traditional rulers, top government functionaries, among other personalities. Ejime Udreme reports.
On arrival at the venue, Governor Oborevwori inspected a guard of honor mounted by the police, the Immigration Service, the Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps, the Correctional Service, the Federal Road Safety Corps, and the National Youth Service Corps. There was also a march past by paramilitary and voluntary organizations. Speaking at the event, the governor said Nigerians had every reason to celebrate based on the fact that amidst daunting challenges, Nigeria has remained one indivisible entity. Governor Oborevwori said the celebration was also a platform for retrospection on the journey so far, and also an opportunity for Nigerians to fashion out ways to contribute to the general good of the nation. He condemned us capable of disintegrating the nation and reminded all of the need to work towards the peace and development of the country.
Today's event offers us the opportunity to reflect on the journey so far and reaffirm our commitment to building the country of our dreams.
He reiterated that his administration had initiated programs aimed at poverty alleviation, wealth creation, and agricultural resuscitation to bring about food security. Governor Boriwuri assured the people of the state that his administration was on top of the president's security situation, promising to synergize with relevant stakeholders in addressing security concerns.
There has been considerable growth and renewal in the 16 months of this administration in the form of rehabilitated and reconstructed roads, new roads, upgraded schools, critical housing projects, and an improved living environment.
In their separate remarks, Honorable Bridget Anyafolo, Honorable Pat Ajudan, Honorable Obi Kevin Ezeli, and Honorable Glory Onyagbo said 64 years of nationhood was a milestone and reminded all of the need to sustain prayers for the good of the nation.
Nigeria is a country for the future. And with very young population, all the ingredients of a great nation we have in Nigeria.
I think that's where we should be targeted at. And why we are here today is to also celebrate the fact that as a country that we are growing. You can never have the best at a particular time, but the fact that at every point in time there's a step ahead, and then we must support the system to ensure that level of development that we preach.
What are the difficulties we are facing now in Nigeria that will soon smile by the special grace of God? And I want to thank the people of Ikaland that they shouldn't worry, that very soon all the seems to see as a problem will be over.
Some people did not even live to see Nigeria at 64. So if Nigeria is still existing at 64, that means Nigeria will exist forever.
It's worth celebrating. So at 64, it is pertinent that we as Nigerians that has come this far, it is right for we to celebrate it.
The governor and other dignitaries later cut the anniversary cake. Ejime Uduime reporting.
Similarly, the Speaker of the State House of Assembly, the Right Honorable Emotimi Guo, has enjoined Deltans to take pride in the state's contributions to Nigeria's growth as the nation marks 64th independence anniversary. And a goodwill message on the independence anniversary by his Chief Press Secretary, Mr. Kim Weke, the Speaker said the last 6 decades and 4 years, Delta, known as the Big Heart, had remained an undisputed key player in the progress and development of the country. He said the 64th independence anniversary was a milestone that reminded the people of their resilience, unity, and determination for a great nation. Despite daunting obstacles and challenges, he urged Nigerians to continuously strive for greatness, embrace their diversity, and show greater commitment to promoting peace, justice, and equality in the land. The Speaker, however, noted that there was still much to achieve as regards national growth, urged Deltans to continue to work together to make for a prosperous, peaceful, and more vibrant state. The Speaker, on behalf of the State House of Assembly and the people of Warri Southwest constituency, pledged the people's continued support to the present administration, as well as their commitment to peace, unity, and good governance, as well as prosperity in the state. And as Nigeria clocks as the 4 years today, citizens have been bearing their minds on how well the country has fared the last 64 years. They spoke with Eunice Emayazia.
The respondent said since Nigeria began the journey to nationhood as an independent country, the clamor for economic stability, improved conditions of living, and better leadership had continued to echo loud through movies, songs, and even protests, but that the change seemed not to be visible. They lamented that the once giant of Africa had continued to grapple with poor economic management, insecurity, and systemic failure, birthing high unemployment rate, hike in prices of food, shelter, transportation, and education, a situation that had made many seek greener pastures abroad. The people opined that 64 years down the line, there was no cause for celebration.
64 years, we dey like a picking of 10 years. Our leader, all of them carry the money put for pocket.
I'm not celebrating, no. Just that I'm happy that today is a new month. If Nigeria is independent or whatever, I don't know. I don't see anything to make me to celebrate the independence.
No be say na empowerment I dey receive for the country. No need of me to celebrate.
We're not supposed to celebrate, because the president are not doing well at all. So we are just doing. What we go do now? What we do inside? So
People are crying, people are wailing. There's no food in the land. Parents can hardly afford school fees and, basic amenities. But we are blessed. Nigeria is rich.
Others were, however, of the view that in the face of the challenges, there was need to remain resilient, hopeful, and demonstrate the true Niger spirit, noting that the existing peace in the country and the gift of life was worth celebrating. The people called on government at all levels to stop smooth talking and explore more realistic ways of salvaging the future of the fatherland.
And people say many things are going bad. We are progressing and we thank God, but we can improve more than this.
And patience, Nigeria will be great again.
There's a future of our country.
The Lord has said, in all things, give thanks. So we have to encourage ourselves and encourage each other in this time of hardship. Let us be our brother's keeper.
Our president, Jagaban, God will touch him for him to remember that people are suffering. People under him are suffering.
And I want to encourage families that they should be patient with each other. Husband and wife should concentrate at this time to look at their families together. They should use combined effort to bring up their children. Every youth learn a skill. Whether you're a graduate, undergraduate, take opportunity to learn skills.
We are only asking that our government will lead us aright, lead us with the fear of God.
Let us continue to rejoice over Nigeria. When you rejoice over your own, the Lord will bless that rejoicing and make it come into reality. Nigeria will be great. Delta State will be part of that greatness and we'll all be beneficiaries.
Everywhere you go, the story remains the same. 64 years old nation still trying to find its feet. But many are still hopeful that there is light at the end of the tunnel. So, Nigerians keep hope alive. Eunice Emeazia reporting.
Former President Goodluck Jonathan and former Vice President Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, among other notable Nigerians, have felicitated with Nigerians on the 64th Independence Day celebration and called for national unity in tackling the current challenges facing the country. Goodluck Jonathan, in his Independence Day goodwill message, urged Nigerians to remain optimistic and resilient and never lose hope in the dream of building a great and prosperous nation despite the challenges the country currently faces. In a statement issued by his spokesman, Mr. Ike Chukwueze, his spokesman, Dr. Jonathan, said Nigeria had recorded perceptible growth in our economy on our gross domestic product, GDP. In his goodwill message, Atiku congratulated Nigerians for keeping their indomitable spirit alive and urged all citizens to unite against any form of authoritarianism. He said the nation has traversed numerous tumultuous phases, yet the tenacity of patriotic citizens, bolstered by their solidarity of international allies, has fortified the resolve of Nigerians as a resilient entity. President Bola Tinubu has ordered that integrity tests be carried out on all dams in the country to prevent future disasters. This comes after the Alau Dam in Maiduguri, Borno State, cracked on September 10, leading to severe flooding in the state and neighboring areas. The flood displaced over 1 million people who had to seek shelter in internally displaced persons camps. The president, during his 64th Independence Anniversary speech, said his administration has been responding to natural disasters, including floods, around the country. He also emphasized that his administration would always stand with the people in their times of trouble. Commissioner for Works, Rural and Riverine Roads, Mr. Charles Aniagu, has said his state government is committed to addressing the challenges posed by the collapsed wooden bridge which connects Uzere community in Useko South Local Government Area to Asaba Ase in Ndokwa East local government area. Mr. Niago said this when he inspected the collapsed wooden bridge. Ejimel Dreme now reports.
Mr. Niago, who said the visit was initiated by the governor, affirmed that prompt measures would be put in place before the proper reconstruction in order to alleviate the plight of the affected communities.
You see just behind me, you could see some vehicles that are stuck. They crossed to Asabase before what happened, before the bridge was destroyed. Now they can't come back, so they are stuck there. So all those things are part of what we have come here to assess. And you could see the speed with which His Excellency has responded in terms of coming to show our people that we are with them at a time like this. Ordinarily, it would have been easy to just sit back in Asaba and begin to watch the pictures. But we don't just want to watch the pictures. We want to come here and see what is happening because they are important to us.
Mr. Niago, who was accompanied by the Commissioner for Land, Surveys and Urban Development, Chief Emamusi Obiode, and the Chief Press Secretary to the Governor, Sir Festus Ahon, also inspected some ongoing road projects in Isoko North and Isoko South local government areas, where he urged the contractors to ensure speedy and quality delivery of the projects. At the site of Emevo Orogun Road Project Phase 2, he commended the contractor for the quality of work and the speed. The Works Commissioner and his team also visited the deplorable 5.7 kilometers Igbide Olomoru Road project to officially hand it over to a contractor for construction. The Commissioner for Lands, Surveys and Urban Development, Chief Emamusi Obiode, thanked the governor for awarding a contract for the Igbide Olomoru Road reconstruction, in respect of which they have written to several administrations about. In a related development, Delta State Commissioner for Works, Highways and Urban Roads, Comrade Ruben Izeze, has challenged road contractors to redouble efforts to enable them meet stipulated deadline in their bill of engineering. Comrade Izeze disclosed this to journalists after inspecting several projects in Warri and Ughelli. The projects inspected included additional works and flood control measures around Warri Central Hospital Road, Edo Guest House Road in Ekpa, fade portions of the ECN Road, Okogbe Road, and Edo Street in Ughelli. At the Warri Central Hospital Road, the commissioner directed the contractor, who appeared to have tried to cut corners, to replace the 8mm rod with 10mm originally provided for in the bill of engineering measurement and evaluation. He said the Oborevwori administration had sounded it several times that it had zero tolerance for shoddy jobs, adding that he would visit the project again unannounced to ensure full compliance. On the Edo Guest House Road, Comrade Izeze commended the contractor for the quality of work done, which had checked the annual flooding that afflicted residents of the area in the past. On Edo Street in Ughelli, Comrade Izeze expressed appreciation to the governor for approving the road meant to divert traffic from Otowodo Junction, describing it as one of the most important roads in the area. The commissioner, who also inspected the failing ECN road, lauded the contracting firm for quickly providing palliative measures on ground. He cautioned residents of Okogbe Road in Ughelli to observe environmental sanitation by ensuring they deseat their drains and avoid throwing waste into the newly constructed drains.
The essence is to ensure that Deltans get value for money. His Excellency has insisted that no job should be certified if it does not meet the requirements of the bills of engineering, measurements and evaluation, and the bills of quantities. And that's why we continue to go around to supervise what is being done on the ground.
Some residents of the streets said the timely intervention of the state government has restored the lost glory of the area and urged the governor not to relent in using his small agenda to fast-track development in the 3 senatorial districts of the state. Ejime Uduime reporting.
Motorists and commuters plying the Asaba-Onitsha Expressway have appealed to government at all levels, especially the federal government, to attend to the deplorable state of the busy highway. Henry Unogwa spoke with some residents of the state capital on the issue.
The ever-busy interstate highway that links Asaba to Onitsha in Anambra State has been termed a death trap following the collapse of the road and the heavy traffic resulting from the development. Some motorists describe their experience commuting on the road as a nightmare, saying the axis had become dilapidated and travelers did not find it funny being trapped at the location for hours. They said the road had caused untold hardship for residents of the area, especially traders, as business activities were no longer viable since the road had become empty of both vehicular and human traffic.
Government road, look at the road. How can we do this kind of thing? How can we live with all those ones? Look at it now, look at this one. We are going to Onitsha now. There's no way.
We are suffering this road. All our vehicles every day breaking down in this road. The road is very bad. Look at it. If you look at it now, you see very heavy hold up. Upon say today na public holiday. If not public holiday, from here to Abraka will be hold up. From here to Coca, the same thing.
To this place, and I believe many people have cried to the government to come and fix the road, but yet nothing has been done. On several occasions, trucks, tankers are falling down here. People have lost their goods, and but up to now, still, people coming from town down to this other part of the road now find it difficult to come down. They will get discouraged. So please, on behalf of the people around here, plead to the government to do something quickly to this road to enable free movement and access to.
We are not finding it easy in Asaba here. For us to locate or to go to eastern part of Nigeria is a very difficult issue for us. Some of us will stay here for about 2 days before they will leave. And some of the motors will break down here. I've been trekking from that place to another place.
And pull off, literally everywhere. You understand? So it's not funny.
For my mind, I pray may government come do the roads for us. Not be a nice square. Even though my market is square. For Pogogo is square. Many places is square. And they beg God, may God touch them. May they come out. May they come do the road for us. This all bad way now. Still as in motor, they flew everywhere. They don't see where they pass. People when they use it like they don't see where they pass. Everywhere damage.
Some respondents accuse the federal government of not paying attention to the maintenance of the federal roads in parts of the state and the country at large, and appeal to the state government to intervene and save residents and businesses from the malady, as well as restore the image of the state.
Because the government should help us. We have suffered a lot. I'm a bus driver. We spend, because of the road block and the bad of the road, a trip that you go 2 trips, now you don't go more than 2 trips again.
Onitsha Express Road, it's been a very bad place all this while. And now the rain has come up and got it completely destroyed. You see, so we think that the federal government and the state government should come together and make something better for the people, because there are a lot of go slow here. I've been witnessing a lot of dangerous go slows, a lot of destructions of...
You know this is a federal road. It's a trunk A road. So, though, if the state government wants to do it and then reimbursed by the federal government, they can. You can see the hold of this thing is causing here. I will encourage the governor to come and take over the road and then call on the federal government later to reimburse him.
Others decried the poor state of roads in the state capital, citing bad spots as the Obogonogo Market area, Umuagu BYC Junction, Achalibuzo Road, and the Bonsak Ezene Junction, among other places. They called on the state government to urgently rehabilitate the roads to make life easier for the people. Henry Onogwa reporting.
The National Human Rights Commission, NHRC, has reaffirmed that peaceful protest is a right of every Nigerian, cautioning against any attempt to clamp down on protesters during the planned October 1 protest in different parts of the country. Many Nigerians have called for a nationwide protest to be held on Nigeria's 64th Independence Day anniversary in continuation of the hunger protest that was held for 10 days across various states and Abuja in August. Mr. Ojukwu, a senior advocate of Nigeria, who condemned the widespread arrests, harassment and killing of protesters during the August #EndBadGovernance protest, said the NHRC is keeping an eye on the trials of those unlawfully detained in connection with the protest by law enforcement agencies. He lamented the gross violations of human rights, arbitrary arrest of citizens by law enforcement officers who are yet to be brought to book under looting of properties by hoodlums. Farmers under the aegis of the Old Farmers Association of Nigeria have raised alarm over looming hunger across the country and urged the government to intervene urgently to avert this. In a statement yesterday, the national president of AFAN, Mr. Kabir Ibrahim, said food inflation and severe pressures on Nigeria's agricultural system, including low mechanization, difficulty in access to credit, veritable and affordable seed, manageable transportation, insecurity and flooding, were driving hunger. Ibrahim warned that unless urgent and focused action is taken to address agriculture and agribusiness challenges, Nigeria could face devastating food shortages. He said various efforts such as importation of some food items for a given period in defined quantities, support of smallholder farmers or small-scale producers, and distribution of palliatives and agricultural inputs are works in progress. The AFAN president called for transparency and efficiency in distribution of palliatives, imposition of essential food items, and support to smallholder farmers, stating that these efforts must be managed effectively to bring immediate relief to Nigerians. However, he cautioned that the typical seasonal drop in food prices during harvest may not occur in the present year, as the flooding in 2024 had devastated many farms. The fall must have also contributed to the reduction in the landing cost of imported petrol. The average ex-depot prices of PMS saw a marginal reduction in Lagos, Calabar, and Port Harcourt. The federal government has vowed to ensure that mining activities in Nigeria are conducted sustainably and responsibly. It also said the activities of miners must align with both national and global environmental standards. The government stated that by implementing stringent regulations and promoting best practices, it will safeguard the environment for future generations while encouraging responsible investment in Nigeria's rich mineral wealth. The Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Solid Minerals Development, Dr. Mary Ugbe, gave the assurance during a sensitization program for mineral title holders, mine host communities, and relevant stakeholders at Kefi, Nasarawa State. A statement issued in Abuja yesterday by the Deputy Director of Information and Public Relations, Alaba Balogu, said the Permanent Secretary emphasized the need for mining operations to adopt stringent environmental practices. You're watching Delta TV Main News at 8. Delta Cam, Japan's new Prime Minister unveils his cabinet as he seeks to heal party divisions. Stay with us.
Sure, Danny, this one where you get Christmas mood so. See you with this and this and this every day now. Christmas with Glow Berekete plus. Now, I feel listen to all my favorite jams all night long.
Glow Berekete Plus is here, and every day is now Christmas. Existing Glow customers will get 400% bonus on every recharge and 100 MB data bonus on first recharge of the month. New Glow customers will get 1,000 Naira welcome bonus. To activate, buy a new Glow SIM today or dial *777# for existing Glow customers.
Every day now Christmas with the Glow Berekete Plus.
You're watching Delta TV Main News at 8. The Global Scene is next as we join our World News Desk.
Japan's new Prime Minister Shigeru today unveiled his cabinet as he seeks to heal party divisions and secure a national mandate with an October 27 snap election. The 67-year-old former defense minister, who last week won a close-fought contest to lead the ruling Liberal Democratic Party (LDP), was confirmed earlier in the day as Prime Minister by Parliament. The Ishiba administration's approach to diplomacy with Japan's closest ally, the United States, will be in focus as he has repeatedly called for a more balanced relationship with Washington. He has also proposed creating an Asia version of the Collective Security Group, NATO, to deter China, an idea that could draw eye from Beijing and has already been dismissed by a senior U.S. official as hasty. Mr. Ishiba must quell smearing anger at home over rising living costs and a sluggish economy and navigate a volatile security environment in East Africa, fueled by assertive China and nuclear-armed North Korea. The veteran of a party outsider who failed at 4 previous leadership bids and allies, and to a cabinet of 20 ministers that includes than half the previous administration. Among the men are two in key positions: Katsunobu Kato as Finance Minister, Hayashi to stay on as Chief Cabinet Secretary, a role of top government spokesman. The appointment of Kato, a proponent of former Abe's Abenomics expansionary fiscal and monetary policies, will be a balancing act to alleviate concerns over the next cabinet's economic. Members of parliament in Kenya have started the country's deputy president from office. Those who backed the effort are Gachagua of having a role in June's violent anti-government demonstrations as involvement in corruption, undermining government and promoting ethnic politics. This is a culmination of a major fallout between Gachagua and William Ruto. The deputy president has dismissed the allegations, saying that they are designed to malign his name. The impeachment is expected to sail through this of parliament easily after the main opposition joined forces with the president's party following the recent protests. Multiple efforts to throw the courts failed. The power struggle between the president and his deputy has led to concerns of at the heart of government. As a time when Kenya is in the throes of a deep, President Ruto chose Gachagua as his running mate in the 2022 elections at Raila Odinga. In a bitterly contested election, Mr. Gachagua region and helped marshal support for Ruto, but with members of it after the youth-led protests that forced Ruto to back down from increasing dynamics have changed, and the deputy president looks increasingly isolated, has however struck a different tone, saying he has the backing of voters in his region. For the motion to pass, it will require the support of at least the National Assembly and Senate, excluding its nominated members, that it will be.
And from the global scene, we'll now join our business news desk for happenings in the business sector.
The Nigerian stock market has defied the economic hardship imposed on the Nigerian exchange. NGX reaped over 1.15 trillion naira in the month of September 2024. Breakdown of trading for the September 2024 ended yesterday showed that the market capitalization, which represents the total value of investment listed on the exchange, closed at 56.635 trillion naira, up from 555.477 trillion naira at the close of trading in August 2024. In the same vein, another stock market major indicator, the NGX All Share Index ASI, rose by 2.05% in the month under review to close yesterday at 98,558.79 points from 96,579.54 points in the month of August 2024. The sectoral activities were also on the upbeat as NGX Main Board Index grew by 0.9% to close at 4,832.03 points from 4,790.05 points. The year-to-date returns went up 31.8% as the total volume traded increased significantly by 134.1% to 1.86 billion units, valued at 111.58 billion naira, and exchange in 10,583 days. The landing cost of petrol has dropped from 981 naira per litre recorded on September 25, 2024 to 945.63 naira per litre as of September 27. This is according to data released by the Major Energies Marketers Association of Nigeria yesterday. The drop in the landing cost of petrol happened following the appreciation of the naira against the United States dollar. In the main reports, a dollar was said to have been exchanged for 1,586.26 naira on September 27, while it was 1,667.22 naira on September 25. Also, Brent, the global benchmark for crude, dropped from the $73.67 per barrel recorded in the last report released by Mehman to $72.45 in the latest report released yesterday.
Still talking business. A new report by the Nigeria Extractive Industries Transparency Initiative has indicated that Nigeria lost 362.28 million barrels of crude oil due to measurement errors, sabotage, and production adjustments between 2014 and 2023. This implies that the country lost about 992,547 barrels of crude oil daily due to the above-mentioned issues in 10 years. Nature disclosed this in its latest report titled Oil and Gas Industry Audit 2023, an independent report assessing and reconciling physical, process, and financial flows within Nigeria's oil and gas industry. The agency also noted that the total crude oil production deferment during the review period was 110.66 million barrels. The report on crude oil losses was compiled by reviewing multiple sources, including Nigerian Upstream Petroleum Regulatory Commission submissions during the NATI audit period and the signed-off report from companies such as Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited. NATI refers to the deferment as a stoppage in production due to scheduled and unscheduled repairs and maintenance, pipeline breaks, leaks, or poor equipment performance. Nigeria, an oil-producing country, has continued to struggle with fully leveraging its oil and gas potential, facing persistent management challenges. And now, our thought for the day. Glory gives herself only to those who have dreamed of her. On that glorious note, we sum up our bulletin for the evening, but before we go, a quick look at our major stories. President Bola Tinubu has renewed his appeal for patience from Nigerians as the economy bites harder, saying the reforms his administration was implementing were showing positive signs and the nation was beginning to see light at the end of the tunnel. The president made the appeal today on a broadcast to mark the country's 64th independence anniversary. The state today joined the rest of the country to mark the 64th independence anniversary of Nigeria. The celebration, which took place at the Cenotaph Asaba, was attended by Governor Sheriff Oborowori, immediate past Deputy Governor of the state, Deacon Kingsley Otuara, Speaker of the State House of Assembly, Honorable Emotimi Guwo, some members of the National and State Assemblies, traditional rulers, top government functionaries, among other personalities. Motorists and commuters plying the Asaba-Onitsha Expressway have appealed to government at all levels, especially the federal government, to attend to the deplorable state of the busy highway. And from the foreign scene, we reported that Japan's new Prime Minister, Shigeru Ishiba, today unveiled his cabinet as he seeks to heal party divisions and secure a national mandate with an October 27 snap election. And that's our news tonight. Many thanks for watching. My name is Francis Ofulue. Good evening and happy independence, Nigeria.
Let's go! No. Let's go. If we continue like this now, where we go head? Bros, calm down. I know say, it be like say all of us the best now. But more will not say, any damage where we they cause now to our own state. And when we talk about our own state, we they talk about ourselves, about our family, our fathers and mothers, our wives, brothers and sisters, even our children. If we use our own hands, scatter where we get as our own, now where we go call our own again?
Now truth it talk. After all, Governor Sheriff, he don't promise say go do more for Deltans. Now wait till me cause con dey fight now.
When see our guy they talk so, it makes sense.
You see now. No be lie. We need peace today, so that we go fit experience the more agenda. Meaningful development for all. But where there is no peace, there cannot be prosperity now. We dey fight